I don't know how to forgive myself. I keep seeing this type of comments at spirituality posts lately, and today I felt an impulse to give a possible solution through this video. You can start by observing yourself and your reactions, especially the ones that seem out of place, that seem to come from nowhere, that seem to not have a strong enough reason. In my case, this observation helped me understand what feelings are causing the reactions that seem out of place. For example, guilt towards my father and anxiety towards my mother, a long list of fears, and so on. Then I started to ask myself, why do I feel this way? Where are all these feelings coming from? And I was led back to various events from my childhood. I started to write them down, and I even posted videos about them on this channel. You can find them in short in the playlist. I forgot the name of the playlist, but you can find him on my channel. Something, something, short stories from my childhood or something like this. By doing this, I was able to understand that as a child, I was forced into situations that I had no control over, and that I was feeling guilty for things that were not my fault. And guess what? The guilt faded away. I was also able to understand that my mother's attitude towards me was caused by her own fears and trauma. But I still wasn't able to release the anxiety feeling towards her. My mind can understand her and her reactions, but my nervous system goes completely crazy, and it is very difficult for me to calm it down. However, I don't feel guilty anymore for the way my nervous system reacts towards my mother, because I can now understand that this is not something that I can control, at least not yet. I am working on soothing my nervous system and also at getting my faith, faith, my faith in myself stronger. If you have children, you might feel guilty for the way you treat or treated them. But you can also release this guilt once you understand that at those moments you did not know better. And when you don't know better, you can do better. But since you know better now, you can start to change your behavior towards them accordingly to your new understanding. You will be able to observe that once you start to understand yourself better, you start to understand other people better, including your children. And you might also find out that when you become more calm and balanced, your children will also become more calm and balanced because their mood is influenced by your mood. Mm. You might also discover that by explaining to your children how you feel and also allowing them to feel how they feel, you will get much better results than by yelling at them or by punishing them. If, for example, you allow your children to rest when they are tired and you explain to them that resting is necessary for the good functioning of the mind and body, they will understand you when you will also feel tired and need to rest. If you force them to finish homework or a chore when they are obviously tired or not feeling good, you should not be surprised if they don't understand you when you feel tired or don't feel good. If you will allow your children to express their sadness and their anger when they feel them, it will be easier for them to understand you when you feel sad or angry. And when you can't help it and you do snap at your children, after you calm down, go and apologize to them and explain to them that your reaction was not their fault. In this way, you not only release your guilt, but you also prevent your children from carrying the burden of guilt throughout their life. And they will also learn that admitting a mistake and making amends is the right thing to do. But if you never admit your mistakes, you give them contradictory messages because you tell them one thing with your words and the opposite thing with your actions. If you did this in the past without being aware of what you are doing, well, it is obviously not your fault. But when you become aware, you can also start to make amends in order to release the guilt you feel, but also the guilt that your children might feel from the belief that they are responsible for your bad mood, for your disappointment, and so on. I know that this is not a magical solution and it doesn't work overnight, but at least now you have a starting point. Thank you for visiting my virtual space. I wish you have a wonderful life experience. Peace and light.